Good morning, class 10th. Today we are going to begin one new chapter of history, that is chapter number 4, the age of industrialization. This is the history of the industrialization. It is all about the development and technological processes. Now let's understand what is industrialization. You know that even when the factories were not there in England and Europe, there was a large scale industrial production and international market, right? And the workers not producing themselves, but there was international market and that was not based on factories, right? And after that, what's happened? There was a guild system means that is the association of the producers that trained craft people, craft persons, and maintained control over the production and regulate the competition and the prices and restricted the entry of new people into the trade. And rulers granted different guilds the monopoly right to produce and trade in specific products. So there was guild system. After that, what's happened? The new merchant turned to the countryside and they started what? They started the expansion of the world trade and acquisition of the colonies in the different parts of the world. Now, what process started? That is colonization, as India became the colony of Britishers. What's happened before that? The demand for goods began growing. Now, where to dump these goods? Now, merchants could not expand production within the town. This was because their urban craft and trade guilds were powerful. The guild system was very powerful. It was very difficult for the new merchants to set up business in their own towns. Now, what they did? They started to be search out new colonies. So they turned to the countryside. Now means they left out, for example, Britain, and they tried to be find out the new colonies, like they find out India at that time. Now, the artisans at the countryside were willing to work for the merchants. What did they do? Open fields and commons were disappearing. Now, the cottagers means small scale industries where there was manual manufacturing also. The poor peasant had to now look for the alternative source of income. When merchant offered advance, peasant household eagerly agreed because they were poor. Now, when the rich are giving them the money, they were ready to do work, and this income supplemented their shrinking income from cultivation and fuller use of their family labor resources. Now, the whole family of the artisans, they worked together for their earning. Now, what's happened? Now, the cotton value chain. First of all, the cotton textile industry that was groomed. The relationship developed between the town and countryside. See, the many pictures are here, right? The cotton balls and the cultivation, and how the manufacturers they are getting it as a raw material, and how there was processing in the industries, right? And how there was manufacturing from the cotton balls to cotton cloth in the industries. So what's happened? The merchants were based in town. Merchant clothier in England purchased wool from the wool stapler and carried to the spinner. The yarn that was spun was taken in subsequent stages of the production to the weavers and fuller and then to the dyers. So it is all about the birth of the cloth, right, from the raw material to the manufacturing. This finish was done in the London before the export merchant sold to the cloth in the international market. So what we have learned, first of all, the industrial revolution occurred in England, right? And in the 17th 18th century, the merchants started migrating to the countryside. Thank you.